Welcome back to Slice of Life, episode lucky number 13. This week, we are taking you on a history journey. The Little Italy history from our humble beginnings as a grocery store in 1966 to where we are today and the exciting future that we're going down. That and more this week on the Slice of Life. Humble beginnings start here, 619 Main Street in Groveport. 1966, my grandma and grandpa, Chuck and Janet Ward, ventured out into Groveport for the first time on a road trip. That road trip led them to a market called Smith's Market here at 619 Main Street. At the time, it was operating as a local mom and pop grocery store, canned goods, local produce, things like that. My grandpa worked for a grocery store in Columbus and had the dream of owning his own grocery store. That day came to life on September 16th, 1966, when he was offered to buy the business from Mr. Smith himself for an amount of $18,000. They walked across the street to Huntington Bank, took out a loan that same day, purchased the business, which also came with the property next door, where they raised my dad and his three other siblings there for their entire childhood. Literally 2 feet away from the original restaurant and grocery store, my grandma's house, where she raised my dad and his 3 siblings, was a focal point for the family. Customers would come in to pick up their order all the time and come over to grandma's house. We'd be making food. She'd always have her handmade pastas or meatballs, and she would always send customers home to go with containers of food. And I think that's what sparked and continues on the legacy of creating lasting memories we're sharing. People don't necessarily remember their experience maybe at the grocery store or the pizza place. It's more so the people inside of it and the memories that are created within. We're walking east here, just a little less than a block away from the original home of Little Italy. Actually started at the corner of Front and Main Street. There was a building here that is now a vacant lot that when it was in its prime, it was initially called Baldino's Pizza. So my grandpa was offered to buy the business, and he ended up purchasing the business, which was Baldino's. They turned it into Little Italy Pizza, and this site became the first ever home of Little Italy Pizza. In 1966, they turned Smith's Market into Chuck's Little Giant, where it operated here until 1979. When they had Baldino's Pizza down the road, they moved it over here, closed Chuck's Little Giant down, renamed it to Little Italy Pizza, where it operated until 2023, when we moved into our new location just 2 blocks west down the road. And that brings us to 480 Main Street, the new home of Little Italy, now Little Italy Ristorante. With the rebrand in 2023, focusing more on the experience, the dining experience, the food experience, elevating it just a slight tad, but also keeping that local home, down home feel with amazing people is what it's always been about at Little Italy. My dad operated the business at 619 up until 2018 when I took over the business from him. It's been a long journey from 2018 till now, because I told my dad if I come back to the family business, I want to do it my way. I want to blow it up into something larger than what it ever has been and provide amazing opportunities for not only our team, but our community. We're in one of my favorite spots of the store, and kind of honestly the most innovative spot of the store. When we were building the location, there was a lot of logistic planning of how do we incorporate the takeout area with maybe an ice cream shop, and I want it to be in a very convenient location right off the back of the kitchen. So we came up with this idea. We've got 8 parking spots along the side of the building just to our west here. Right off the back of the kitchen for people to get in and out for their pickup order. There wasn't really any local hand-dipped ice cream shop in the area, and we brought in Hershey's ice cream, 20 different flavors. It's a great place for people to come maybe after their dinner at their house, or if they're walking down the street. I think it's one of my favorite things is to look out and see people walking down the street with our ice cream or just enjoying the city really overall, and it brings a great opportunity for people to do that right off of Main Street. Another reason we had a big need for space was our kitchen. It was so small. At the end, we had about 45 employees, and Friday nights, man, it was a struggle. We were all working shoulder to shoulder on the pizza line, in the oven area, in the back kitchen to make the food in the volumes that we were seeing at the former home. Our new kitchen here is a little bit larger than our entire old store was, coming in at about 2,200 square feet. The larger space of our kitchen has allowed us to jump into new areas of business. Wedding catering has been something new for us the last few years, and we absolutely love being a part of your special events. What we always say, creating lasting memories worth sharing. People often gather around food, and when you're at a wedding celebrating a special occasion like that, the food brings everyone together. With the addition of the bar brought an amazing local selected craft cocktail menu featuring a couple different local distilleries. We also have 20 different craft beers on hand, all from Ohio brands, and it's amazing to be able to feature not only our Ohio partners, but our community loves to support local. We've got a custom milled oak live edge countertop here at the bar to give it that nice, homey, comfortable feeling, and that was very important, to feel comfortable, but also connected with your bartender. So our former home was just a little shy of 2,000 square feet. We sat 62 people inside, and towards the end of 2022, 2023, we had grown so much at that previous location that it was almost hard to operate out of. We had a lot of constraints due to size, storage for food. We were receiving deliveries 6 days a week from our broadliners because we didn't physically have any space to store it. We also didn't have space for customers, so people were coming in to dine in and there was nowhere for them to sit, and so we were running 45-minute, hour-long waits, and it was a big necessity for us to find a bigger venue. That's where it brings us here to 480 Main Street. We are just over 5,000 square feet here at our new home. It is a lot more space for us, but we're quickly outgrowing it thanks to you. Thanks so much for joining us this week on The Slice of Life. We hope you enjoyed our tour through the restaurant's history from our beginnings as a grocery store to becoming a beloved restaurant that you all know today. Stay tuned for next week's episode where we'll introduce you to our incredible dough team. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon and never miss an update from us. We'll see you next week.